This week, the Colorado Buffaloes play Utah in Utah. Utah is pretty gorgeous, by the way. If you haven't visited Utah, you should go visit Utah. In a game that I don't really know what to think. I don't trust Colorado off of a bye week because I feel like they need to kind of keep their rhythm. But hey, we're coming off of a bye week. We're coming off of a great game against Iowa State. I saw some good things that I liked. The team looked like they were ready to go. Coach Prime was in his coaching bag. He was making decisions. Things were happening. And the team looked like they were ready to show up. There weren't any turnovers. It just looked like a good game. So this week, playing Utah, I have concerns because the one thing Colorado struggles with is 100% stopping the run. The one thing that Utah is extremely great at is running the football. So that leaves me a little bit concerned. I don't know how Colorado is going to look coming off of a bye week. I don't know if they're going to be ready to stop the run. I don't know what Colorado is going to do. I have seen this Utah team play a lot of teams this year, and the things that I have seen them do consistently concern me when it comes to this Colorado team. But hey, who cares about any of that? It is time for Colorado to go on the road and to beat a team that they probably shouldn't beat on the road, because that is what you do when you're a team that is getting better. And so at the end of the day, all that matters here is Colorado goes and gets this win. Now, I am not going to sit here and talk about the stats and the statistical reasons why Colorado has been struggling all season. And if they do that against Utah, I don't know if they can win this football game. However, let me tell you some things that I do know about Utah. Some of them actually might surprise you because I've actually done a little bit of digging to figure out some of these things.
Hi, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn on those notification bells. And if you're filling up to it, don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section below.
Running the ball is very important for this Utah team. The things that concern me when it comes to them running the ball, they average 245 rushing yards. This Utah team averages 245 rushing yards a game. Utah wants to run the football over and over and over and over. Not only do their running backs want to run the football, the quarterback wants to run the football. Utah wants to run the football. Obviously, being a Colorado fan, that concerns me because the one thing we can't do is stop the run. The second thing we can't do is stop the run when a running quarterback is also the The second thing we can't do is stop the running quarterback that also wants to run the football. So Colorado has to get focused because we don't have time for them not to stop the run in this game. The other thing about this Utah football team is the way that they convert on third downs. They are over 50%. They are one of the highest teams in college football at converting on third down. This Utah offense and their ability to run the football and their ability to convert on third downs is one of the highest in college football. That sounds crazy when you think about the fact that this team has 2 losses. But this offense is dynamic if we are not able to stop the run. 245 rushing yards, over 50% in third down conversion rate. That is a problem. This Colorado defense has to get off the field. Just to kind of throw on a couple of other things here, this Utah defense is also ranked 23rd in the nation. So there are some things that this Utah defense and this Utah offense and this Utah team as a whole is doing very well. They play sound defense and they play an offense that is ground and pound. And so in my mind, they do all the things that bring Colorado issues. Being disciplined, being able to move the ball on the ground, having a mobile quarterback, having a stout defense, having a solid offensive line. There are a lot of things that Utah does very well that Colorado has to pay attention to, specifically on third down. And I know I've said it a multitude of times now, I don't care. Colorado being able to get off the field on third down on defense is going to be a very important part of this game because Utah usually is able to stay on the field on third down. And that is going to be an issue if they're running the ball over and over and over and over and over. Keys to the game here should be pretty easy. Turnovers. Colorado cannot afford to turn the ball over. Colorado is going to need every single possession to win this football game. This football game could be like Kansas of last year. They scored on every single possession last year, and it made Colorado press because Kansas was running the football. Kansas was draining the clock. And so I need Colorado to not turn the ball over because we cannot afford to turn the ball over. The other thing is going to be stopping Utah on third down. If Colorado doesn't stop Utah on third down, nothing else really matters in my opinion, because that means Utah is going to be scoring and they're going to continue to run the ball. And when you run the ball and you're getting the ball rained down your throat consistently, you get tired. And so turnovers is going to be super important, and stopping Utah on third down is going to be very, 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 very important. And the final thing here is obvious. They averaged 245 rushing yards. Colorado's going to have to stop the run. Not a little bit. They're going to have to contain the run. Running the football is Utah's bread and butter. Running the football is what allows Utah's offense to be so hard to stop, is because they're running the football over and over and over and this way and that way, and the quarterback and all of these things. Offensive line going downhill, quarterback running the football. Utah wants to run the football. Even in their losses, they were able to get a lot of yards running the football. We all know this Colorado defense gives up a ton of yards in every single game. And so the concern here is you have Colorado's defense against this Utah offense. And if this Utah offense is able to milk the clock and this Colorado defense cannot get off the field, nothing else is going to matter in this game. So the Colorado defense has to step up and they have to do their job. And Salters can't turn the ball over. Caden Salter cannot turn the ball over in this game because Colorado might need every single possession that they can get. It's going to be very important. There are two X factors that I see in this game. The first one is going to be coaching. I need the coaches to have a game plan that makes sense. I need the coaches to have game plans for Colorado where when I'm watching the game, I can say, oh, okay, they're trying to attack this or they're going to do this. I don't need Colorado to come into this game and just do the things they do well, because sometimes I think that that's what they're doing. I need them to come into this game with game plans in order to beat Utah at what they're good at. I also need them to come in with a game plan and an attitude that they are not going to allow Utah to run the football. I know that that's a tall ask, but if that is my expectation and they meet me halfway, maybe we're in luck there. So the first thing I think is going to be an X factor in this game is going to be Colorado's ability to have a great game plan and for the game plan to make sense. The second thing is going to be Colorado has to establish their run game. They cannot get away from the run because Utah's run game is better. Colorado still has to be balanced and they have to stay balanced. And so that is going to be very important as I'm watching this game, because the same way that Utah has the ability to milk the clock if their run game gets going, Colorado has that same ability if their run game gets going. So I really need them to focus on trying to get their run game going. I need these coaches to have a game plan that makes sense. That would be fantastic. And I need Colorado just to stay in this. No turnovers, play smart, be disciplined, don't give away any first downs. This has to be one of the most sound games that they have played, because they might be outmatched in a lot of situations. And in order to mitigate being unmatched, you have to be disciplined. You have to focus on your technique. You have to tackle in the open field. You have to do all the little basic things correctly. Colorado cannot afford to lose this game if they want to do anything in the Big 12. This will be their fourth loss in the Big 12. If they want to stay in contention in any way, shape, or form for Big 12 anything, they cannot lose this football game. The other thing is, I am chasing for Colorado to at least be 6-6. 6-6 was my goal before the season started. If they are able to win this game somehow, that is going to help my case in saying that they might get to 6-6. And so this game is super important. The fate of the season almost rests on this game. Now, the Big 12 is crazy. We never really know what's going to happen, right? Like anything can happen to any of these teams. But this win and this game is super important for Colorado, and they have all the pieces. They're coming off of a bye week. They are rested. They hopefully should be getting some guys back. They hopefully should be getting in a better groove. The coaches hopefully have poured into them these last couple of weeks. Utah is coming off of playing a hard-fought game against BYU. So my hope is that Colorado has some type of advantage somewhere. And like I always say, I don't care if it's by 1 point. I don't care if it's by 2 points. I don't care if it's a Hail Mary. I don't care if it's a last-second field goal. I don't really give a damn how they figure out a way to win this game. I just need them to figure out a way to win this game. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in my next video.